Yo, I might come on the camera soon. I don't know. And a heads up from now, the connection is gonna be ass. But what's up once you guys start coming through? He said in a world where if you're watching this on the playback, you already know. Just skip 10, 15 minutes ahead, okay? I have one person. State your name or say something. Are you hearing me good? Oh, what's up, man? My man Omo. Are you hearing me good? It began boyos, an example, wrap up on a comment to show it on screen. Hmm? What you said? Okay. Audio's clear. I'll eventually come on the camera. I'm not even trying to set up the fucking phone. Well, it's good. There's two people in here, but one person talking. Three people in here. What's up? Who's in here? Who's in here? Oh, it's Stina. What's up? How you doing? James Deacon. Said my bro RECCA. What's good, man? What's going on? I really need to stop smoking, but like I just can't. You know? I just love it. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop still. But how you guys doing though? Guys, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you don't see me uploading videos, is because I'm out there living the shit that I come back and tell you guys, man. Real talk. But and guys, let me just set this off by saying this, man. Guys, if you guys are gonna go out here and you guys are gonna, you know, I don't know who's listening to this, but if you guys are gonna go out here and you guys are gonna make decisions, bad decisions, please do not fucking bitch and complain about the decision that you made and the consequence that came behind it. So, like, a friend of mine was hitting me up earlier, a couple of hours, saying how. So basically, he has a girlfriend that he lived with or whatever the case, and he's been fucking with this other girl. Okay, now this guy's kind of a lover boy or whatever. So the way he deals with his females is like every female he meets, it's like he's courting her to be his next, like the one type of, like he really gets deep with it, you know. So even though he has this girl that he's been with almost 2 years, and they're really locked in, like locked in, you know, he meets the other girl as like a side girl, but he's dealing with it as if it's like the real thing. So she starts getting more into it, and she's doing all these crazy things, like ready to tattoo his initial and all these things. So, long story short, it gets to a point where, you know, he can't really cover his tracks too long. She can't come to his house. She's wondering why, and then she kind of sends him this long thing and then cuts it off. So within a couple of days of, you know, him cutting it off or her cutting it off, he gets in an argument with his girl, and then he throws his phone or something with his phone, but his phone shatters, and then he doesn't get another phone, and it's been over a week since he got a phone. So because he doesn't have a phone now, he doesn't know that the girl's been trying to reach him. The side girl's been trying to reach him. He gets home from work. The side girl is at the crib. Luckily, his girl is at work. The side girl is at the crib looking for him. She showed up unannounced looking for him, talking about she's pregnant. And you see, this guy is living with his girl. Like, if basically, if that situation was to mess up, he's basically like he sacrificed a lot of shit to do that situation. So if that situation doesn't work out, he's flat on his ass. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit tied into that situation. Like she took over like a credit card payment for him and all kind of crazy stuff, you know? But yeah, he's cooked, man. He's cooked because that girl didn't know that he had a girl. So it's like, man, imagine the girl was there though. Imagine his girl was there. Imagine he comes home to see his girl. Imagine that. Imagine he walks in the crib to see the side chick sitting there with the girl, and then it comes out that the side chick is pregnant. I mean, oh my god! And see, I've been telling this guy for a while to watch out with doing that because see, and me and him have already caught this multiple times already. But what if you bring an STD to your girl? What are you gonna tell her? There is no, you can't just sit up there and just let her sit with it. You have to tell her. So what are you gonna? How are you gonna tell? What are you gonna tell her? Real shit. It happens. Just trust me. So anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to set it off with that, and then like please, 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 if you're gonna do this shit, but please don't fucking bitch and complain after though. Oh my god, man! Like he's sitting up there, like yo, why would she show up? You know, why would you even have her in the first place if, if you don't know how to cover your shit up? I can't find my lighter, man. But what's up, guys? Yo, real shit though. Where's my lighter? What? Just here. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Somebody said "Recca Life" a movie, Pookie life type shit. Nah, nah, no Pookie. I'm square. I'm square like SpongeBob. Call me SpongeBob Recca. SpongeBob Recca. SpongeBob Rec Bob SquarePants. Rec Bob SquarePants. Yeah, call me that. My man Alonzo. Stina, I miss you too, baby girl. I miss you too. You know I love you. Like cook food. Um, I'm just living and existing. I hear you, bro. My man Brock, what's good, man? Let me put some of these up. My man Riz Master said, yo, Riz Master, what's going on? Oh, nah, you fucked up. Put them up. It's glitching. Hang on. So yeah, let me get Riz Master off of there. He said life is funny, yeah. Raw with a girlfriend, I'll stay single. Yeah, he's wilding. He's wilding still, But hey, to each their own in life. Like I'm not going raw with random thotties when I'm locked in like that. Now that other side chick, from what he said, she was like a church girl. Look, like she kind of looked like she was looking for something serious. So she was really putting it on him and trying to really lock him in with "I'm a good wifey" act. Genuine question. If you clapping all these women, how you stay childless? Well, my sassy little friend Riz Master, you sassy little son of a bitch. Allegedly, I actually had a girl pregnant a couple of months ago, and she had an abortion. I'm just going along with the narrative that it's mine. It was mine, but and yeah, she was actually pregnant though. Like she really was. She was wearing the fucking pads and all of that. The blood, the bleed. She was bleeding for like a month and all of that. Like it was serious. So I've been going along with the narrative that it was mine. But yeah, I've had two pregnancy things. You got to be infertile or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be fucking raw, and the shorties that have the shorty that I have the better sex with. Sometimes it just be nothing in them. But a lot of girls are on birth control and shit anyway. So whatever. And who knows? Some girls could have got pregnant and they didn't know whose it was and they got an abortion. Like I could have gotten a lot of girls pregnant and didn't know. You know what I mean? Or they put it on somebody else. You know, like this game, this world is so like dirty, and the shit that like I said this in a video. I don't know if the video is nah, it's not one of the ones I put out yet, but like the things that you don't know that's happening to you behind your back would probably like destroy your spirit. You know, and this is why I don't even really care about shit. I try not to even care or even try to know certain shit. Like fuck it. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, so I don't know if I've had a baby or not. I really don't even really care to know. Recca, as a fellow 30-year-old, do you recommend trying to get friends with benefits from 35-year-old single moms? Um, yeah, you know what I mean? I had friends with benefits with 25-year-old single moms. So if you're attracted to 10 years older than that, they have to understand like their thoughts. They want to just get fucked. So don't think that you have to. Here's the thing, too. By the way, the kid is not a fucking excuse to flake or any of that type of shit. So if you see any of that with the child being an excuse, then it goes with the same rules as a girl that doesn't have a child that's making it difficult, you know. But I'm just saying in terms of in general dealing with them, sure. But if you're asking me as far as like options or something like as if you're trying to say like your options are limited or something, then should I go for single moms? I don't really like that mindset. But do what you want to do. Recca, what's your sign? I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. Man, it's been a hard life as a Cancer. I'll tell you that. As a Cancer and a male, oh my fucking gosh, man. It's a hard fucking life. If you understand what that means, if you understand what it means to be a Cancer male. Wrap it up, Recca. Abortions are no joke. I hear that. Do you not do you not mind having kids being smacked with child support? I do mind, but like I don't even look at it like, oh, if I got a girl pregnant, I'm gonna end up on child support. Like I don't really look at it that way. You know what I mean? I'm more so worried about the baby mama drama more than anything else. You know what I mean? Her being vindictive and shit, trying to keep me from my fucking child. Like I'd more so be worried about that before I'd be worried about getting slapped with child support. I'm not even making shit to get no crazy child support. That's gonna be that crazy. Like she said James clearly isn't getting no pussy. What did James say? Let me see what James the boy James. Oh, he said, do you mind having kids? Oh, she said, shut up, Floyd. Yeah, definitely. Any guy that's talking like that, especially to a female, talking about Floyd. What is a Floyd? That's that incel talk. Like that's funny stuff. And you know, the fact that she's a female, she already knows he's not getting no pussy. Like she knows. She would know more than anybody else. I know. So I know she knows. as a female. But that's funny. She said he must be on her period. Hey, leave. Yeah, thank you, man. Congratulations on the 1K subs or whatever. Thank you. I won't lie, I took a crazy L today. Make sure to lay low this year, bro. Keep grinding. What was the L? Tell us what was the L. Cancer man, chill. Hey, my boy Alex. Shout out to Alex. Alex and me went to high school together. Just found out yesterday when your child support, they take all your taxes. Oh shit. Say word. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I remember my sister telling me that they actually have this thing um where they'll have your face like that will come up on the computer when you try to go to the service Ontario. Like when you try to go you guys in America, it might be the DMV. But when you or DMV is the for the driving shit, but like wherever you guys go to do your like wherever you would go to do your fucking passport and shit like that. Um and like your ID and shit. I know you guys have like personal IDs and shit. Like whatever government place you go to do those things. So I remember holy shit, man, what were we even talking about? Oh yeah, my sister was saying when you go there, if you're a guy that's like trying to duck out on your child support, or or you're like a deadbeat that like dipped out on the child, like a no show, the woman could just like report you basically to like the government or whatever, and then basically your name would come up like when you go try to do your driver's license or anything like that, anything government related, health card, anything. It will just come up and then it'll be like, yo, you have child support, like you have a back payment of child support. So yeah, it can get crazy, can get real crazy. Bro, LOL, this is black pill chat. Foids don't get okay. Stop with that. Like stop with that or you're out of here, bro. Honestly. Like just chill. Financial, not going into detail, but hopefully I will be smooth this month. Okay, I hear you. Yeah, yeah. I've heard you say women know which guys are the real deal. Yup. Do you think that depends on that particular female's attraction to your looks? I think so. I think a lot of it does have to do with that, but like also they're picking up on. I just feel like women are more connected to their spirits than men are. That's what I think is happening. Because like even I kind of look at the world as like a bunch inside bodies though. So like using bodies to as avatars to play out the actions or whatever, but it's really just a bunch of spirits, you know? Whether the spirit is a blue orb or like a white, you know, slender man or something, I don't know. Whatever the spirit would look like, I really don't know, but that's how I look at it. So like I feel like women are more in tune with it. They don't even might even not even know that they're more in tune with it, which is why they can pick up on tones of voice and they can just tell when like I'm not even gonna lie to you. If you ever try, and you guys know this already, you guys are I know all of you guys probably experienced this. If you ever try just anything, anything that's performative around a female, watch how quick she'll either, especially a black female, watch how quick she just call it out or find some passive aggressive way to let you know that she bagged what you just did. You know what I mean? Like you kind of stepped outside of yourself for a second. I find that to me is a spiritual thing. Every single fucking female, and especially with me always being around them and shit like that, different ones, it's been so consistent. They always are on point with it. So that's what I mean when I say they know which guys are the real deal. You know what I mean? And you could try all you want to, no matter I said it, no matter what you do. I've tried. I've literally tried. I've gone out of my way at times to try to and you just can't fucking fake it, man. No matter what you do, they could just see right through it. You know what I mean? I could see right through it. No, the looks thing is just really about how she's going to be. Like you're just gonna get more affection. It's gonna be more of an easy time to deal with and be around. That's really what the look shit is really for. We have a womb portal to life. Facts. The thing about the black pill is sadly correct, but the people in it most time corny. Yeah. Have you ever experienced existentialism? Explain what that is. Black girls can sniff out digesters easily. It is that's very true. That's very true. And if you just observe them, and if you look at black girls and women and how they just like, especially like just young black girls that are like teenagers or in their 20s or whatever, if you just watch like at a party or in a club or in just like a social environment, watch how they just sit and look at their facial expressions as they just watch people. You know what I mean? Because it's like they literally could just see, like a woman could look at somebody and see their whole story. You know what I mean? Just observing them, just observing the body language and everything. Like, I've gotten to there's a point that I got to where I just stopped fucking caring. You know what I mean? And that's why every there was a certain point, every fucking female that I fucking deal with, the number one thing they always say, you are too forward or you're so for like you just say anything that come to your head, you know, and it's just because I what's the point of fucking filtering myself or whatever the key? What's the point? They already know, so what's the point? Yeah, Stina said she loved people watching. It's fun, especially if you can just watch somebody lie. I do this shit on purpose all the time, and I've seen how I've never been able to convince a girl of nothing about myself. I've never been able to do it. Remember one girl one time, right? Pookie and Ray Ray love her, but I remember one time I was chilling with her, and this was just like one link, one random night on Tinder, a match on Tinder, and we linked. She spent the night or whatever, and she was just telling me, so she had a boyfriend in jail or whatever the case may be, and da 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 da. And obviously, she already know like I'm not even on nothing like that. So I'm telling her like, yo, I need to get my money. Like, put me with somebody that could. I don't really beat it, but I'm just saying shit. This is what I'm telling you. I say these things on purpose. And she said, okay. And then she waited 10 seconds, and then she said, you really like her?" So why are you asking about it? You see what I mean? And like I'm telling you guys, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing. So, you know, I'm sure all of you guys have noticed in my like you probably have said to yourselves, all of you, like this guy really just he just says it. And it's just because I've gotten to that point now where there's no reason to hold back. You know, I don't know where that's gonna take me in life, but I'll tell you one thing, there's no regrets. Recca, you believe in seeing the end of the older world as I don't even know what that means. I get what you like what all of them from basically the conscious that your existence at that moment, and basically you know that humans cope through trying. I mean, yeah, I felt something similar to that a few times, but it's not nothing that I really sat and dwelled on. No, you're glitching. Are you good? Am I good now? Okay, yeah, I'll put the choosing signal video on Patreon this week. Yeah, I'll throw that up. Steiner says she's dealing with a Cancer moon man, and I hated how forward he was until I realized I could be just that way with him too. Except I don't think he likes him much. You know what's so funny? That reminds me of myself. Like I have an issue where like I see, I don't know, Hold on, let me light this spliff real quick. I kind of understand. So he's forward and he's probably a little aggressive, and you do the same thing, and then he kind of feels like it's disrespectful. And you probably are like, yo, you do that to me. You don't even like. So you probably look at him like he can't handle what he dishes out. Let me see. Hit me back and let me see. Yo, what's truly talking about? What happened with what chick? Most men had a bad childhood and are just pussies. What happened with that chick? Can we get a story time? I don't know what chick you talking about, man. She said yes, exactly. Yeah, so and this is the exact issue that make me tend to gravitate towards, let me say it this way, girls who probably are more attuned towards Pookie and Ray Ray, because they're the only ones that can handle the type of attitude that I have. Like, that all that, you have to deal with a woman delicately or whatever. Like I don't have that in me anymore. I'm really affectionate and I'm really sensual and all of that. But just like with regular, chilling and regular day to day, like sometimes I could be a little rough. And those are the only girls that don't really, they're not phased by that. You know what I mean? Because they're growing up seeing an extremely rough lifestyle a lot of times. And so this is why I don't really like to fuck with white girls and Asians and stuff like that, other than like maybe hookups. Because a lot of times it starts to make me feel like I need to start posturing, or I need to start, shape shift. You know? Like they're not gonna relate to, you know what I mean? So I find myself, that's where we run. That's where I tend. So anyway, when you say that dude that you're dealing with, you so this is nothing I really am interested in, honestly. the same thing. But I don't know still, because to him, he probably doesn't see it that way. But yeah, explain, Stina, if you're still here. Yeah, Charisma, thanks, bro. The reason why most guys ain't getting laid is because they're pussies. Most guys are scared little bitches. So why don't you break down the psychology of why of how that makes, like, explain that. Explain, like, break that down. With doing dates straight to the crib, how often would you say girls catfish? Not that often for me. I'll tell you that. I've been getting that shit a lot, lady. Oh shit. I guess that's one of the perks on going on public dates. Well, here's the thing. You dealing with these white girls and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. My girls is pretty accurate. So a lot of times they actually look better than what I expected. So for me, I don't know, man. But the thing is also too, I'm really good at scoping that shit out. Like I'm really good at matching. I don't know. Like I could take the shit from like a picture or something like that and just like visualize it in front of me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just good at doing that. So I could tell when a girl is not actually gonna look like what the picture might be trying to suggest to you. The pose that she did, the body might not necessarily look the way. You know what I mean? I'm really good at it. So it doesn't really happen to me that often though. I've had it a couple of times. Like I remember one time, this big thing shows up. I don't know, the way she crossed her leg or whatever, she looked like she was regular size. And she shows up and I'm like, yeah, this definitely won't be going down. Hit up my sister in the sibling group chat and I'm like, call me in like 5 minutes and tell me, just start saying, yo, mom needs the car or the car's broke down. Like, I need you to come get me. So 5 minutes later, my sister calls. I put it on speaker. She's like, I need you to come get me. Like, the car's broke down. I'm like, nah, but I'm busy right. She's like, I need you to come. So then I'm like, all right. So then obviously I look at the girl now. She looks at me. I just kind of go, ugh, man. As if I really, 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 really wanted to be with her right then. Oh, man. You know what I mean? And so, yo, she ended up, it's almost like I could just get the vibe that she's used to shit like that. She's like, y'all gotta go? I'm like, yep. She's just like, oh, okay. So then she just whipped back out her phone, called back another Uber, and waddled her ass the fuck out of the basement. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that it happens, but that I cannot honestly say I have like so many fucking stories of that. I just can't say, you know. And she wasn't terribly big, but she was bigger than she needed to be for me. So that's what it is. At least not every girl wants a thug. I'm not gonna lie to you. My one of my longest fuck buddies, her dad, her dad literally, you know, moved. So she used to tell me about it and she'd tell me how her dad used to have her. Like one time her dad had her, because her parents are separated. So her dad lives like downtown in one of the downtown, a hood called Parkdale. And she lives in another area closer to like, I was living in one city. She lived closer to there. So anyway, so her dad had her living downtown with him for like a while. So she could hold down, you know what I mean? But she was my longest fuck buddy. And, she knew I wasn't no hood dude or nothing like that. So, but it just is what it is, guys. Sometimes you just gotta just be who you are, and if you like what you like, go for it. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? You don't have to do so much. Is it good now? Somebody say yours truly brags about getting ass. Recca does seem oddly chill most of the time. I mean, if Alex is still in here, ask Alex. Alex went to high school with me. I mean, obviously I'm a different person now. That's like 10 years ago. But I don't know. Ask Alex. I'm pretty sure most more than likely the same. A lot more mature though. I was pretty immature back then. in terms of like behavior. What's your thoughts on trading? I have no thoughts on it 'cause I don't know nothing about it. I see a lot of dating coaches say most girls don't like the apps because they can't see the guy's confidence. That's not true. You see, and this is what I'm talking about. Are these dating coaches actually around women? Because women be on these apps constantly with their friends and everything, looking at this guy, that guy. They be on Snap, they be on to looking at men. So I don't know what these guys are talking about and are gladly willing to go and link. So what are you talking about? What? They don't like the apps. They love the apps. They love the apps more than we probably do. You could tell his confidence or fake confidence by his bio. Like how? I could see that because me personally, you know what I think when I think of a bio? I think why do I need to put anything there? You know what I mean? Like if she like what she see, then she can come find out in person. Like why does anything need to be there? Of course, I'll put a little something something. You know what I mean? But my friends want me to go to a running club to get girls in an all white area. And see, this is exactly why you guys are not gonna have no girls. This is the only places that I'll give you. I'll give you this is if you go into a club, if you go into bars, not even bars. If you go into a club or like a house party or something like that, a place where okay, it's this like it's nightlife basically. But anything outside of that, talking about going to oh let's go to the library to get girls, let's go to the fucking gym to get girls, let's go to the fucking mall to get girls. Any of that, I don't support that. You know what I mean? If you're in college or something like that and you want to just go holler around campus, I understand that. But I don't like that mentality, bro. Even sometimes just hollering at a girl on my day to day, sometimes somewhere in the back of my mind, I feel like a thirsty hound dog. Even it might be just one girl that I approach all week. Somewhere in the back of my mind, somewhere I'm just like, man, I just feel like a hungry hound. Like, you know what I mean? Now I know it's not that big a deal, but you see what I mean? So imagine a group of guys talking about let's go to do an activity with the sole purpose of girls. Like imagine how hungry that is. So, but trust me, at one point I used to be hungry too. I understand. But I just like, at this point of my I don't even give a fuck about I still love pussy a lot, but I just don't give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? This guy say you think you mog hard enough to not put a bio, bro. I know, Stina, I know that's sad, but like I wasn't gonna have sex with her, so what's the point? I wasn't gonna have sex with her, so having high confidence is kind of unnecessary if you meet or don't look her looks. I'm gonna tell you something. Women actually despise weakness. So I'm gonna tell you that look shit. While it's good, we're not gonna sit up here and act like you could just walk around with your head down all day. You know what I mean? Or you could sit around and allow anything to be said and done to you, and you don't respect. Like you know what I mean? So after I graduated, I never met a single black girl in my work life. Yeah, the black girls. So like with the black girls and stuff, I don't know where you live, but just generally in any major city or whatever, like any major city area in North America, the black girls are typically just gonna be inside or getting fucked at some nigga's crib or some nigga at their crib getting fucked, or they might be in like a club or with their friends or whatever. So if you're not living a lifestyle, not even a lifestyle, if you don't basically like let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like dating apps and like Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. Basically, if you're not on some level attractive to black women, you're not really gonna have access to be in their social circles like that or be around them, if you get what I mean. You know what I mean? So it would depend on what type of black guy you are. Would you even be around them? And you know, it's sad that we even have to be talking about this, right? It's so crazy, but this is what it is. But hopefully you'll kind of understand what I was trying to say there. Jackson Stagg used to dance. That's how he got his bodies. Yeah, that's kind of like I don't really. I'm not gonna say I don't rate it, but like I don't necessarily count that. Like that's not really like what is that? Men who can dance. Huh? I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to get my bodies by being able to dance like a gay Latino. But to each his own. Black girls are hard to find. They're not hard to find. I noticed that white girls are the most accept. Okay, I see what you're trying to say. I'm not gonna lie, because on the dating app, sometimes I'm just like, yo, where the fuck are the black girls at? Like, sometimes you'll swipe through like 200 white girls. Okay, not 200, but like you'll swipe through a good like 80 white girls, and then you'll just see like a random Asian. Then you'll see five more white girls. Then you'll see like a black girl come up. Then you might see another black girl come up. Then you don't see another one for like 60 swipes. Like, and this is why I love Hinge, because Hinge you can filter the shit out, you know? On my Hinge just basically normally just said I got banned. But my Hinge just normally just says like I have the races and shit, I have it filtered out to black and like Southeast Asian or whatever. The fucking like Filipino and shit like that. That's what my fucking like that's what I want. You know what I mean? I don't want to see a fucking 1,000 white girls come up. And then obviously as like I run out in my area or whatever, I might expand. I might throw in the Indian shit. And then I might throw in the Latina after and just swipe through them until they run out. But like you know, I don't know what's this obsession with white girls, man. This pedestalization of white people. I noticed that white girl, yeah, I already read that. 80 to 90% of guys are pussies. If you write one more comment like that, you're out of here. Like no cap. I'm a chopped black guy, and most black women see me as a jester. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm like on the borderline of that. Like it's like 50-50. You know what I mean? It really is like 50-50 for me, you know? Men who can are hot, shows they can move their body. Good fucker. I hear that. I find dancing to be jester maxing low key. But unless a guy's like really, like, let's be real. Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, they were never jester maxing. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends. But y'all need to think about the female gaze. Nah, trust me, I've been thinking about the female gaze. I've been thinking about the female gaze. That's how I female gaze my way into 140 women's vaginas. You know, I female gaze my way into there. Trust me. I know. You trust me, I know. I know all about the female gaze. At least to the best of the best that I could do, you know? To the best that I could do with what I got. Why they banned so I got banned like a couple of years ago. And basically like I just got banned for sneaking back on and then I got caught again. All white school, never I got banned. I just said some bullshit like a couple years ago. I just didn't give a fuck. All white school, never grew up around black girls. It's rough for me. Yeah, so you're basically cooked when it comes to black girls. You're basically 100% cooked. Honestly, like with black girls, it's always just been up in the air. Like, you know, you'll have a black girl, she's not even all that ghetto, and I'm not a pookie enough for her. She's like she almost whitewashed, and I'm not pookie enough. You know, so it is just is what it is sometimes, guys. Recca, Indian or white? Probably Indian. Like if you're talking about they're really actually pretty, then Indian. I forgot my VPN was on and Hinge banned me too. Really, Recca out here. I'm out here saying the truth. Oh, it's you? Okay, then. Well, you're never gonna get banned from commenting. I'll give you that. But Stop with that shit, man. Stop. Stop with that negative ass shit. But yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. You can't get banned. But still, chill out, man. Yes, he has to be a good dancer. Most men are weak. That's why they don't get women. I don't know, Stina. Why do you think most men are not getting women? Just say the truth, Stina. Female gaze is us getting turned on seeing an attractive man dance. My man Bangora said, "What's up, Recca? What's good, bro?" Because they have bad personalities. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the greatest personality in the world either. Well, actually, let's just be that. That depends on what female I'm around. But in general, actually, nah. It just depends on the female. Let me just be yeah. I think it's a chemistry thing because there's some females that like I mean it's just there's nothing negative going on at all. Like you know what I mean? It's all warm and it's all and then there's just some females it's just tension and arguments. But at the bottom line, the girl just doesn't feel me like that. You know what I mean? So but to that girl, if I'm gonna keep on being around that girl, she's going her perception of me is that I have a bad attitude and I'm hard to be around or whatever. But it's because it's kind of like my energy just naturally matches whatever she's giving me on the front end. You see what I mean? So what you just said, Stina, without actually really taking it in, it's almost like you just said that most men, basically, women are not really feeling most men. That's basically what's going on. If you take in what I really just said right there, you see what I mean? But that's the number one thing I've seen. I'm very convinced of it. It's really a chemistry thing. You just gotta have chemistry with some people that you're just not gonna get. Some people are gonna like you and some are not. You know, and same thing for you. So the South African Tyler lookalikes are good for the non-hood black men. I guess if you cut your dreads, you think you'd be as attractive to black things, or do you think you'd take a hood? Uh I think I would on the black girls that specifically like guys with dreads. But it's not really gonna change the clothes I wear. There's still gonna be two fucking earrings in my fucking two ears. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna have the same fucking look in my face. So I don't necessarily see it change in my demographic. But yeah, to a lot of women who might have specifically chose me specifically because of my locks, that probably, I probably would have never had them then, maybe. But and this is exactly why I try to put up pictures where my hair is totally like there's at least two pictures or at least half the pictures on my fucking profiles amplify like it just shows my face. Like I'm trying to show what my face is to the best that I possibly can. You know what I mean? Without my fucking hair, I'm not really trying to make it about my hair. You know what I mean? Congrats on 1K. Thank you, bro. Guys think it's their looks, but it's their lacking in masculinity. I mean, yeah, there's a lack of that too, but man, if a woman doesn't like you at first, that's true. That's why the birth rates are declining. That's why women are starting to require looks more than before. Yeah, that's what I'm starting to see. What apps you use? I mainly use Snapchat, Tinder, and Hinge. Snap, Tinder, and Hinge. Let me see who's in here, man. What's up? What's really good? Really good. Oh, it's been almost an hour already. That's crazy. It's been almost an hour. It's been almost an hour. Recca, would you say what would you say men want from women? Um, this is what I've okay. From everything that I'll tell you me specifically, from everything that I've experienced, and like because you know that like everybody's chasing something, right? Like everybody, were male or female, like when you're dating and when you're looking for the opposite sex, like you're chasing something. And so I think that the chase, the biggest chase is gonna be whatever your void is. So whatever, self-esteem or whatever insecurity void that you might have from like, all the childhood shit or whatever, or the parenting, like all the stuff we always say, right? That's gonna be the biggest thing that's gonna make you, how much of that you have might make you chase it the most. But what you're actually chasing behind, I think 90% of people is actually validation. You know what I mean? And so for me, I don't even really fuck with women. Like the validation piece doesn't even really, like, it's not even there anymore. That was like when I was younger. But anyway, I said all of that because trust me, I had something significant to say. But like with the chase shit that I just said and the validation or whatever the case may be, and I think that most guys are really just looking for the validation of being sexually or being desired both sexually and for who they are, just who they are. And what I mean by who they are, not just like an image or something like that. I mean who they are as in he can just like do the littlest quirky shit that he just naturally does. Like maybe he twitches or something like that. And she just accepts it 100% as it is. He doesn't have to mask. He doesn't have to change anything. He doesn't have to worry about, you know, can I, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to worry about that shit. So, that's what I realized most guys are actually looking for. You know, I mentioned in the video I put out yesterday, I mentioned I stopped talking to a girl recently, right? So I remember, like, this is like almost like a month ago or some shit. I remember she left the room and then walked back in the room, and I guess I was sleeping in some fucking fetal position that I've been sleeping in since I was like 5 years old. But to her, I guess it looked like some feminine position. So she came back in the room and she's like, "Why are you sleeping like that?" Like, she's like, "That's so unattractive." And literally, as God is my witness, I literally didn't even give a fuck. I didn't even check to see or move to see what I just kind of just sat there, you know? So then she brought it up to me on the phone, like maybe a week later in a conversation or whatever. And I realized, because I had seen her energy had kind of switched for a second, but I didn't even give a fuck. I forgot about it. So I noticed that, she might have kind of had lost the interest or whatever. Not even interest, but like it switched a little bit. So then she had brought it up or whatever, talking about how, oh, now I know you need Big Mama's love and all this other shit. Like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But see, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say like this is why guys, this is the shit that makes guys lead to trying to fake and look and posture and look cool. Like, you know what I mean? Because guys feel like they can't really just be themselves. I personally really don't give a fuck. Like I literally, if she never wanted to have sex with me again after that, I didn't even care. You know what I mean? So, for me, everybody's not built like me though. A lot of guys would have been defensive and would have been like, "Oh shit, well now I gotta show her I'm a man." I didn't give a fuck. When she told me that over the phone, I said, "Really?" You know what I mean? So, but that's what I realized. Like guys just want to really, they want a girl that just really, really, truly desire them, like sexually, like truly, not just sleep with them because I have to have sex with him because he's my boyfriend or my husband. Like she really truly desire him. But a lot of times the polarity of that is off because a lot of times the type of man that a woman is gonna have that capacity for, that level of guy is gonna have so much access, and so the world is gonna be his oyster to the point where it's gonna be way too much corruption and it doesn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? He's not gonna be able to reciprocate that energy 100% to her a lot of times. But when you see that actually happen, it's a crazy thing. It's a true that is a true power couple if you ever see it. You know what I mean? You know, the power couple in high school, you know. I don't know. Um, but but yeah, so that's like a hard thing. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. What else? Because most women think men just want sex because that's what men lead with, or it's obvious they're chasing it. Well, you know where that comes from, that this thing that most men just want sex is the problem that you guys have with that is that you're interacting with everybody, but you don't want to have sex with everybody. See, you don't have an issue that all the guys that you want to have sex with want sex. No, no, no. You have an issue with the guys that you want to have sex with and the guys that you want to take you out. And I'm not even getting on you about this, but I'm just saying, like, if you really take it in, the guys that you want to take you out, the guys that you want, just basically whoever is going to make themselves available. And I say you use them up. But the guys that are going to make themselves available, you also are upset that they just want sex too. Like, nobody want to give nothing up. You see what I mean? So that's what I realized. That's what girls are saying when they're complaining about that. You know, it's kind of like they're saying that all the men, including the men that don't even deserve just sex, want just sex. That's almost what they're saying. I was thinking ego boost. The truth is that it's extremely hard to be a man, so women should give us breathing space. Yeah, he looked like he haven't had a woman in a long time. You know what I mean? Would you say men accept and appreciate women for who they are and their? Yes, we do actually. We do. When we break up with a girl, right? We literally are sitting there thinking about like her face or or whatever the situation. Like when we think about a girl, like if we think about a girl on an emotional level or whatever, you know what I mean? If you're stupid enough, it happens. But if you're stupid enough to let that happen, you're literally thinking about her. You think about her, like her face, her smile, like her body shape and how she walk like this, and how she's feminine when she talk like that. Like this is what we thinking of. That's why guys can't let it go, because it really was about the girl. A lot of times with a girl, unless she really try, unless this is with her dream man or something, or she really really idealized this guy, then she might have that too. But I noticed that with females, a lot of it is connected to whatever, like a lot of the value that he had was connected to whatever function he was. So when that function didn't serve no more, it was like it was quick for her to just kind of detach and move on. You know what I mean? I've seen it. He said, "Burn in desire." Why do you come to those conclusions? Sad thing is, Recca, most men not getting that. Quick question: what type of behavior from guys make you cringe? What type of behavior from women turns you up? I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to guys' behaviors, but I don't know, loud talking, trying to draw attention to themselves. There's nothing wrong with being confident, but you know, like the motherfuckers that you see on the street revving their engines and having to pump the fucking subwoofer and all of that, like shit like that. But I don't really watch men like that, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying to think right now, and I just don't be paying attention. I don't really fuck with dudes like that. You know what I mean? Like and I'm just being honest. As far as behavior from women, this is the thing. There's a lot of behavior from women I don't like, but this is the thing. Usually, if I'm seeing that behavior, that means that I'm exposed to a female that doesn't really fuck with me. And so, you know, I decided a long time ago that I was just gonna kind of, unless it was something that I really just don't fuck with, then I'll just cut it off or I just won't fuck with it. When I said that, for the most part, I'm just gonna embrace these situations for what they are and kind of see and navigate and take the experiences and the lessons from them. You know what I mean? But as far as like women's behavior, I'm not gonna fucking see me doing that with what I just said. I'm not gonna fucking complain, about behavior on the back end. I'll complain about it when I'm checking her, but as far as like in general, I don't really sit and think, man, like I wish women would stop doing this and that. I've gotten to the place where I don't really dwell on it too much because I understand that if you're seeing things that you don't like, you're probably dealing with a girl that doesn't like you. So you need to just kind of focus on gravitate as best as you possibly can to girls where you don't have to do that. Man, I can't wait till next week when I'm done working. Holy, I'm just gonna be back to just chilling, man. Men need to give what they want to receive in order to receive. They are the leaders, so they need to lead with acceptance and desire to receive it back wholeheartedly without games. I hear that, mama. I hear that. Recca's cooking right now. Recca, aka Mr. Burning Desire. Women think about men like this too. Yup. If she doesn't, then she just never liked you. But Recca, you like women for their function to you too. You wouldn't stay with a girl if she wasn't putting it down for you. That's a function. Um, that's actually very true, actually, because like, wait, I don't know still, because like I find that sometimes it just goes up and down. I don't know. Still, the sex thing, I don't know. What do you mean putting it down? Like, you mean she wasn't doing a good job? Like the sex wasn't good, or like the sex wasn't good, or she's not giving me sex? Actually, I don't even like to say giving me sex, or she like sex is not happening. 140 bodies is a lot. It's actually not. I know guys with way more than that. Don't let John Anthony let you hear that. Have you smashed two chicks in a day? I actually did. I've done that multiple times, but like the thing about that is I actually don't. There's nothing to brag about that. Like it's actually really it's goofy. It's extremely goofy. Like I remember the first time I did it. So basically, I had one girl come through like maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning. We linked or whatever, and then the next girl was like later on, like at the regular time. Like so, basically, what it was is that I was able to like I met that one like on Snap or whatever the case may be, just like early that morning. She had added me back and we were talking, and I'm like, yo, let's just link in a few hours type of shit. So that's how that one happened. So it was like it just kind of just slid through. I already had the other one lined up from before. But I remember just thinking to myself, like, I already slapped one. And then now, like hours later, I'm getting ready for the next one. And I'm like, yo, what am I doing right now? Like, what is this lifestyle that I'm really living? And it's like, was I about to stop? Absolutely not. But um, I'm not gonna lie, like it's not all this shit, guys. It's cool to be able to brag and say you did this and you did that. But at the end of the day, it's like it's not really that serious. You know what I mean? These women don't really give a fuck. These women don't give a fuck about you. It's like it's not that serious. Like to the point where we're out here like there's literally like millions of dollars are being generated on YouTube and on TikTok and all these apps fixated around women as if it's that serious. It's really not that serious, man. It's not that fucking serious, man. But at one point it was that serious to me too. So I understand. But yeah, I have fucked two chicks in a day though. And the last time I did that, both of them squirted. Both of them squirted. Both of them squirted. One squirted. So I did it with one like on one side of the bed, and then the next one was like on the next side of the bed. The night one, you know. And I remember I thought I did remember thinking I was God for the rest of that day or whatever. But it ridiculous. I was like 27. But this is what I'm telling you right now. Like, it's not that serious, man. It's really not that serious. Thank you, man. Thank you for all the guys that are saying shout out for the 1K. Recca, if a man gets women outside of genetics, aren't they getting what they want? I mean, what is the quality of the situation? We all humans require something from one another. No one is loved unconditionally or just for who they are unless it's parent-child relationship. And even then, we can argue and say, is the parent-child relationship truly for who you are in every situation? Cosmo, how are you, gang? Thank you, man. What's up? I'm good. Shout out to John Anthony. The nerdy black girls I like tend to like white guys, unfortunately. Yeah, they don't like you guys either. I haven't gotten laid in so long, bro. I'm getting laid tomorrow. I was actually gonna wait because like I've been working for like a month straight. So like I literally been working the last like 30 something days. So I'm done next week Sunday. So I was gonna wait and I was gonna jump back on the apps or whatever. But shorty I used to fuck with. I actually almost kind of lost her because I kept on fucking flaking on her because to keep running around with, other girls. So like I used to set link ups with her and then just not show up, or she'd be hitting me up. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come at, or she'll be like, oh, I'm off work at 10 or whatever. She works late. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna pull up at 12. And then my ass would just not show up and she'd be messaging me like, are you still coming? And I just message her the next day. Like, oh, my bad. So I did this like probably like a good 7, 8 times before eventually she just started saying, like, are you actually gonna come? And then she just stopped responding. And then yeah, talk to her today and we're gonna link. There's another one I want to link again too, but I'm just like I'm not with this chasing shit. Like, she's like, oh, like, so what happened with the girl that you got pregnant or whatever? And I'm like, oh, well, just come and I'll tell you about it. She's like, oh, well, why can't you just tell me over the text? Obviously, I just left that on red, you know. But now forget about me for a second, okay? Let's actually get to the root of let's actually try to actually help this guy out real quick. So let me ask you the question of how long has it been and why? I'll be honest, a lot of black pillars are going through mental health issues. I agree. I agree. Black pill and looks like communities often misunderstood black beauty and overweight rightness, which could feel biased. So yeah, if you ask a girl to come over and she says something like, maybe let me think about it, would you actually give her time to think about it? Oh, or you just interpret that as a polite no, please let me know. Um, Anything other than when and where when I tell a girl to link basically means no to me. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a girl tell me, I specifically remember this one girl, she was like Packy, real sexy. I say that all the time, huh? I say that every single time, but she trusts me, she looked good. But I was trying to link her or whatever, and I remember her saying, okay, well, I have a class till 3 tomorrow, so I'll see and all this stuff. So I just deleted her. I just deleted her. And then she added me back. She went and she re-added me. And then, I added her back and then she's like, wow, you were so quick to delete me. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Sometimes like you might have a situation, and sometimes I have a situation where a girl will tell me, you know, maybe or let me get back to you, and she'll actually hit me up and say, like, I'll actually get a hey the next day. You know what I mean? So, but I never take that as I'm actually waiting on her to get back to me. Never. I always take that as a no. But I do leave I reserve a little bit of room for it. There's a possibility that she might be, And when I was younger, I might would have actually followed up and all that, but I'm not following up shit. You know what I mean? But you can if you want to. She got that burning. She got that burning. Seeing a legit Stacy in real life depresses me. Does that mean you don't like her that much? Who are you talking about? It wasn't that I didn't like her that much. Actually, now I know what you're saying. It wasn't that I didn't like her. I actually really did. I actually really, really did. But like I told you, like I'm more attracted to the bullshit. So wow, that girl was definitely giving me good sex. Um, and this girl, like I literally could hit this girl up whenever I wanted. 1 o'clock in the morning, are you up? You know what I mean? She would, anytime her brothers and her mom would be, not at the house, she would just have me over there in her room and just suck me the fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? And so, but she was always down. I never got no attitude out of her. You know, if she said something that she even thought was kind of disrespectful, she would say, "No, I didn't mean it that way." You know what I mean? But like I couldn't really do nothing with that. Now I have another girl over here. She's blowing up my phone, but she's just crazy. This like it's just crazy. Like shit's just crazy toxic. And this is what I'm over here, you know. So it wasn't that I didn't like the other girl or whatever the case may be. It's just mentally I was more drawn to the bullshit. Recca, how do you juggle all these damn women? I don't. I don't. Like it's kind of like I just try and summon women when I want them. Like I don't know. I'm not really juggling anything. You know, the ones that come to me, I let them come to me, and then the ones that. But I think that shit is corny too. Like trying to juggle with, like go out of your way to juggle women. I have a rotation and all of that. Like I really see when I hear that type of talk about rotations and juggling women and having rosters, like that word doesn't even come out of my fucking mouth. My roster, my rotation or whatever. I might have said that once or twice in my life. You know what I mean? If I ever did. But like that's you trying to live a lifestyle. You trying to live the lifestyle. You know what I mean? But you just have to just live the lifestyle and then you'll notice it doesn't feel like you're juggling anything. You just naturally just have women that come in and out of your life. That's the lifestyle. Hence your lifestyle. Okay? All right. Seeing a Stacy in real life motivates me to get prettier. I like that. I like that. I like that. Track star. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Do what you do. I like the way you do that right there. I like the way you do that right there. Can you talk about Jack the Stack and why you think it's over for him? What do you mean it's over for him? Like he's just not doing videos anymore. I think he's just over it. And he's not doing video. I don't know what's happened to him since his last, like since what he said about I think he probably mentally he's probably rock bottom now with his mom dying or whatever, but he's probably okay. He's just probably not really trying to do videos. I haven't gotten laid since July last year. A Chinese girl I linked 3 times. Okay, so what's our plan? Like how are we gonna reverse that? You know what I mean? What's the most women you slept with within a year? 53. Within a month? 9. I never got to 10. No, the girl you blew off 7 times. So be toxic. Yeah, I do be toxic. Stay nah, I be toxic. You wouldn't fuck with me though. Trust me, you wouldn't. I don't know what type of niggas you like or whatever. You wouldn't. You would hate my guts. You would hate my fucking guts. But as long as we don't get into anything romantic, we'll be cool. I know you don't fuck with the white things, but you not fucking the shit out of Megan. Oh, of course. Of course I'm fucking the shit out of Megan. I'm fucking the shit out of fucking Lisa up the street. That's a fucking 6.5 out of 10. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I won't fuck her if she's down. All I'm saying is I'm not really checking for them, is what I'm saying. So I don't know, what you thought I meant, but now you know. Recca family. Recca family. Did you see that guy who hard maxed Dylan Latham interviewed him? His transformation was wild. White guy went from sub 4 to Chad Light. Say a word. I know I didn't see it still. Is it possible to get women without social media? Yeah, if you're good looking and tall. I reckon I slept with about 10 girls back in uni. Thought that was a lot, but 140 is mad, bruv. 140 is mad, bruv. That's mad, bruv. That's mad, but that's mad, bruv. Um, it's not a lot. Like, I don't know. Guys, let's do the math real quick. Let's do the math. Let's say you're a guy, you're consistently talking to girls on the apps or whatever. You're swiping, you're adding, and you're just talking to them. Okay? And you're trying to set up link ups. And you're going through them, you're going through them, you're going through them, and you get a link up. I'm doing this at the bare minimum. Okay? At the bare minimum, you do this. At the top of the month, you sleep with a girl. You keep going, you do your thing. The middle of the month, you get a couple of flakes, and then at the bottom of the month, right toward maybe the last week of the month, you get another one. 2 girls. Let's do the math. 2 girls a month times how many months is there in a year? So you're talking about at least 20 girls a year. Do that for 5 years. How many bodies is that? You see what I'm saying? And yours truly, I already know you know, 2 girls in a that's like child's play. That's disgusting. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's not as high as you fuck. It's just that guys are not really. It's either guys are not utilizing themselves or I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really know what it is, but I just know that 140 is actually not a lot. And especially if I was to add in all the girls that I didn't fuck or all the girls who sucked my dick, you know what I mean? And I ate their pussy and all this shit, and we got nasty, but I just didn't put it in. You could literally probably add another 100, and I'm not even exaggerating. You know what I mean? So it's not a lot. It's just that if you're consistently doing your thing, it will add up. So imagine somebody like me now. I've had months where it only was 2, and then I've had months where it was 7, 8, 9. But on average, it's usually like between like 3 and 5. You know what I mean? 6 is a pretty good month. And if anything beyond that is like a really good month. But imagine me now, 3, 4, 5. Let's say on average 4. 4 a month times 12 months. What is that? 48. So basically 50 women. And that's if you choose to actively like do that. If you're a guy, young guy, I'm telling you, all of you guys that are in your early 20s, if you're young, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I'm telling you, do that right now. You're in the perfect position to do that. That's just a perfect phase to do that right now. Do it now. You know, do it and just say, yo, I'm 22 right now. Yo, I'm just gonna get on the apps and I'm just gonna lock in and just fuck with women until I'm 25, 26. Trust me, it's not that old. At 25, 26, you still have. I'll be honest with you. If you want to do it for another 4 or 5 years, you could. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He says, Stina. What he said to Stina? What's your thoughts on my brethren rec from 1 to 10 look scale? That's funny. She said, "Let me rate you." Okay, yeah. That's how I know me and Stina. Me and Stina would have one lovely toxic relationship. You see what I'm? This is exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let's go back. Taking what the man said. The man said, taking what this nigga said. The nigga said, bro. The man said, "What's your thoughts on my brethren rec from 1 to 10 look scale mate?" That's what he said. Okay. She said, "Why?" and laughed at him. You see what I mean? See, that would have made me say, yo, answer the question that I just told you. And then you would have been like, why? Why? Let me rate you. You know what I mean? And then we would have gotten a little attitude back and forth. And then that would be the start of one lovely toxic relationship. So yeah, I already know me and Stina couldn't get along. I know. Stina would be very disrespectful. 4 a.m. I be digging her out. 6 a.m. I be kicking her out type of relationship. Most guys will never get to those numbers because they fear rejection. Now, most guys just aren't attractive enough to do it. That's very true. If you don't sleep with a girl, it's just because she doesn't find you attractive enough. You know? And I'll be honest with you, you could even be sleeping with a girl who doesn't even think you're attractive enough. So imagine, you know what I mean? Imagine you can't sleep with a girl, what that tells you. Truly, how much have you been with, bro? Come on, man. We really out here asking people their body counts. Recca, I did. Well, I'm the one who offers it up, but I offer it up to kind of explain what I want to do. But out here just asking random people their body counts, man. Recca, I disagree. Most men are not fucking that many girls in a year. I'd say 2%. No, I know. But what I'm saying is it can be done, is what I'm saying. I know most men are not doing that. You know what I mean? I trust me, I know. Because guys just don't know what to do. Guys just, I don't know. Guys don't know how to give themselves edge, swag. They don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm not a fine motherfucker or some sexy. I'm not, you know. And yeah, do I fit into a phenotype that kind of okay? Yeah, and I'm short on top of it. So it's just like I apply myself, and I find out there's women that find me attractive. But I don't think that I stand out so fucking much from so many guys to where guys can't do the same thing for themselves. You know what I mean? No, you're not gonna be fucking America's Next Top Model. But at the end of the day, bro, I just don't understand why guys are struggling that bad. I don't really get it. You know what I mean? Like guys are out here buying pussy and shit like that. Guys that are not even sub 5 buying pussy. Like what is the like what is that? Where is this coming from? You know what I mean? I understand though, because these girls are pretty crazy. Like as for, what I mean by crazy, I'm not even talking the behavior. Like I just mean like the way their interest just switches and the way they just all over the place. You know? But I don't know. I'm 20, and when I get a car, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna have or I have 6 bodies right now, and I'm literally 5 foot. You're 5 foot? Oh shit! Oh shit! She said, "Here you go." Yeah, there I go. There I go, Steena. It's even hard for me to get a single match in the last month, and I'm a good-looking black guy. I don't know how good-looking you are, my bro. I don't know how good-looking you think you are. It's hard to be a boss. Yeah, you see, all that boss talk. I knew it. I knew it. All that boss talk. Nah. I just finished a 6 month dance with the devil. I'm good. I'm good on that for right now. I'm good, man. Well, I'm not good because I still love that type. I'll still go back and do it all over again. But for right now, we in hibernation mode. You know what I mean? I need a hug, actually. Like that's what I need. I need a hug. I need a hug and some head. Yo, Rekka, I live with my family. Is that what's holding me back? Yup. Can you speak on the whitewashed black guy? How can a guy get over that hump? I'll do a video. Write it in the comment section on this after, or write on the comments on another video, and I'll do a video on it. It's because most men self-reject. Yeah, a lot of guys self-reject. We have low self-esteem. Yeah, a lot of guys have low self-esteem. It's true. Even myself include you. You guys have to understand, like this low self-esteem shit. Don't look at this like you guys almost are like. I feel like a lot of guys see the word low self-esteem, and it's almost like seeing AIDS or HIV. Like, you know what I mean? You guys got to understand, like this shit isn't something that's your fault, and it's something that you're gonna be dealing with for the rest of your fucking life. So you better not try to fucking ignore it. You actually might as well embrace it. It's almost like you're embracing the fucking embrace the fear. You know how they say embrace your fear, and then it becomes a part of you. Almost, it becomes like a second nature to you. You have to embrace your fucking low self-esteem. You know what I mean? And so, um, and I'm saying that because I see the guy right after him saying you have high self-esteem. No, I don't. No, I do not. It's just that the only difference is that I was able to. What's the best way that I could say it? Because, or who knows? Maybe I do. I don't think so. I don't know. I think I just developed a dual side. You know what I mean? Where I'm able to like I'm able to accomplish and kind of navigate through the world and experience what the high self-esteem people experience. You know what I mean? I was able to kind of break and create my own path for that. You know what I mean? Whereas like, but it causes problems because a lot of the women they could pick up on the part of me that's still the part of me that's still kind of carrying the past, they can pick up on it. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I'm not trying to hide anything, but it is a thing. It is a thing, you know. So I don't know. She said that's what the devil is crazy. I'm a Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorns are boss. Capricorns are boss for sure. My brother's a Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorns are boss. Capricorns and Cancers are sister signs. Capricorn is a sign of the devil in the occult. I know. Capricorn's a sign of the devil and the hermit and I'm the hermit and the chariot, I think. And it's kind of funny because I'm like a hermit in real life. You know what I mean? I just come out to get the ass. But I feel like a hermit in real life. That's what's so crazy about life. Like I'm literally I'm literally the hermit card. Yeah, low self-esteem holding me back, man. Like it doesn't have to hold you back as long as you just stop trying to act like you don't have it. Once you like literally just stop trying to act like it's not there. You know what I mean? And just understand that the guys that you're looking at that are not carrying that, their life experiences are different than yours. And so you just got to deal with what you got to deal with, you know. And right at that point that you can accept that, the stronghold automatically loosens its grip right then and there. Like, you know what I mean? 80% of the grip is gone right there because you have no fucking power over me because I accept that you're right here. So what you want to do? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a mental stronghold, that low self-esteem shit. Thoughts on Leos. I hate Leos because Leos talk too fucking much. I like Aries though. Aries talkers are okay. Like Aries talks a lot, but like they're tolerable. But Leos, like I don't know, Leos, I hate them. Leo men could be very funny and fun to be around. I do think they need a lot of validation though, and I don't like that. Yeah, you're able to do your thing and what, regardless of any feelings of low self esteem. Yeah, it is. That's true. Not, you know what it is because I kind of sit somewhere in the middle. Like deep inside, I really feel entitled and like I deserve. You know, I really do. But then, you know, if you have a bunch of wounds that have tried to convince you otherwise, then the two are fighting for space in your nervous system. You see what I mean? She said, yes, chariot, therapist. My low self-esteem comes from being abused and neglected as a kid. Bad childhood will hold you back. Yeah. Wow, it's 10 o'clock. So I guess I'm back to the streets, man. Sexually. I'm just thinking about, I haven't linked a new one in a minute. I haven't linked something new in a minute. Which best signs you get along with the most? Me? Um, Probably Capricorn, Aquarius. Yeah, probably Capricorn and Aquarius. And even Pisces and all the water signs get along with each other. What's the other one? Scorpion. I realized that because my best friend growing up was a Scorpion. Tyrone is a Scorpion. Like I know that the water signs, like they you know, they tolerate each other, you know. At one point I used to read tarot, you know, go watch the witchcraft video. I didn't even really go that deep in it. I really didn't even go. I know it's an hour video. I didn't even go that deep, but I used to. I'm convinced all of that shit is it's very real. It's not even just some. It's not some shit that the girls just do for fun because it's all sparkly with crystals and nah. It's real shit. She's a big Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn, Sun, Pisces, Moon, Aquarius, Rising, Goat, Big Three. I'll go look at it later. I think I saw last time when I tried to check it or something. The whole birth chart shit, right? Yeah, my moon was Gemini, and when I was looking it up, like this was a long time ago. This is like 2 years ago. I was looking it up, and I found out a Cancer with a moon in Gemini. In the videos, they were saying how it's like a lot of turmoil psychologically or some shit like that. Like, and it kind of matched up with kind of how I feel in real life. Like, basic kind of like they live in their heads, basically. Like, you know, like they're fighting themselves to stay out of their heads. How many bodies does the Giga Tyro friend that you have got? Not a lot. I don't even know if he has 30. He doesn't have a lot, but remember, he could have 1,000. You know what I mean? So she said, tell them, Rec, how to get a Cancer man to commit. Oh, now see, now you entering into territory that I can't fucking get into. I could tell you one thing though. He just has to like you, man. Yeah, you see, like what you're asking now is more about him liking you than him just being a shy Cancer. Like, if I'm being honest. Do you believe in life after? I believe in reincarnation. I believe in just entering another consciousness or reincarnation. She said Gemini Moon is very intellectual, great speaker. That's what's up. Like when the time comes for me to really start getting to a bag or whatever in my life, it's probably gonna have something to do with talking, like and expressing myself. But we'll see. Nah, but be honest, yeah. You ever deep it midway and think, why is it smelling like mac and cheese? Why is it smelling like mac and Nah, I don't know about that. Sound like you just making shit up. Smelling like mac and cheese. Come on, we not capping out here in the record chat, are we? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Stick to reality. Now, in terms of hearing mac and cheese, almost definitely. I look forward to be hearing some mac and cheese tomorrow. I would. I've tried. And another thing, like I tend to be kind of narcissistic sometimes. And that's another thing. Like the women that tend to want to be around me longer, they tend to carry narcissistic traits. And it's whatever. Like in the beginning, the games are fun or whatever, but after a while, that shit actually starts to drain you, you know? Cause I'm next, right? Cause I'm next. My bad, guys. Eating this shit. So if you met your dream girl tomorrow, you will commit. Just her and you. What is my dream? I don't even really have a dream girl. I don't really believe in that. But if you're talking about a girl that's really my type and all of that, like I said, I've tried this already. I don't know. I don't really know. I'll have to see. It would have to be that, and it would have to be genuine. Nah, nah. I never heard the new Earl. Okay, so now he's upset. He said, "I'm not gonna lie to you." Yo, he's upset. He's he's stressed. So he said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't believe you. I reckon you." Yo, yo, I just broke down the math to this nigga, but he said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't believe." Wait. Let's talk in his voice. Hold on. Yo, hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't believe you. I reckon you're chatting absolute rubbish. 140 is mad. There's just no way you're average at best, mate. This nigga is comparing looks with numbers. Okay. The crazy thing is I probably have about 70 other women on video. Consensually, by the way. But I probably have 70 of them. So I literally have visual evidence for half of it. So, and I'm still here. I'm telling you, it's not a lot, bro. A lot of women have more bodies than that by 25 years old. I'm telling you, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. You know what I mean? So, but whatever. You don't have to believe me. You do you. Believe what you want. How nobody talking about how Recca is a tough rapper. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Which witchcraft have you done? What happened? Um, I don't want to talk about it. Just go watch the video. But 140 is a lot. It's not a lot, man. I'm telling you, it's okay. I guess for a human being might just say in general it's a lot. But I'm talking about as far as like people who sleep around and the hookup culture and all of that. Like that's not a lot. That's not a lot. You could do a to be honest with you, if I really was to say, you know something, I'm just gonna dedicate my life for the next 12 months to just fucking hoes. I literally could sleep with 100 women in a year. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. But keep this in mind. I literally would have to be doing absolutely nothing other than go to work so I could keep my place and my food or whatever. And then pretty much I just gotta be on it. At work, I gotta be on it. At home, I gotta be on it. On the toilet, I gotta be on it. Swiping and talking to bitches and trying to set link ups. And here's how the math would play out for that. Because I'm dedicating my life to it, more than likely, I'm always gonna have some bitch that I talked to 2 weeks ago on the back end that might come back. I'm gonna have way more of those because I'm constantly on it. So the numbers are gonna be way higher. You see what I mean? So the numbers game. And then next thing you know, the five to the three, four, five that I said, now we're gonna start getting into like 7, 8, 9 women a month. You see what I mean? You do that for 12 months and then there you go. So, but you see, it sounds so unbelievable when you're just getting no activity at all. So you see, right now, you can't even fathom getting in the presence of a female. So you're trying to understand how I'm doing that plus getting sex 140 times. And it's okay, but Like people have to stop fucking thinking that just because they can't do something or that something hasn't happened to them, that it's not happening. Like shit is happening out here, bro. Trust me. You think my guy Ace doesn't believe me? Bro, what summer was it? I think it was summer 2023. I literally was sending a video to the chat every night of a different chick. Literally every night that summer. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, not every single night, but it seemed like every night. And you know why it's believable for them? Because they be doing shit like that too. They might not be going crazy and sleeping with dozens upon dozens of women a year, but they do that shit like that too. They fuck a girl on Monday, then a girl on Wednesday, and then get back to that girl, then fuck a new one off of, you know what I mean? They do the same, so they know this shit happens. You think yours truly thinks I'm capping? I guarantee you. Maybe he truly, come in the comments. I guarantee you, you probably thought, or maybe you were a little skeptical when you first found my channel, like, nah. And then you what? You hit me up in the DM, I talked to you, and what happened? You think I'm lying now? God, man, like I hate when people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, they speak with such authority, like he really knows what the fuck he's saying. Even look at the bullshit that you said earlier. Wait, where is it? You think a guy that says something like this should be questioning how many women I can attract? Think about it. Look, read that and tell me if you think he's in any position to question me. Ah, man. But nonetheless, you've been over here, you've been watching the channel. Nothing but love to you, bro. Nothing but love to you. But chill, man. Like, come on, bro. But this would have been avoided if I didn't call out the fact that he was capping. I see this is what people be saying that I'm too blunt. But Recca, you wouldn't commit a girl you really liked because that's not your lifestyle. It's not my lifestyle, but if I really liked her, I'd try to make it like that. I'd try to make it work. If I would try. Like I said, I tried. But another thing, I have to try when it's like some genuine shit though. But I've tried. Wait, I think I already answered this. Oops. My bad, Steen. I already answered that. Yeah, he said I never really thought about a dream girl. That shit don't ever come to mind. I don't really. Yeah, that's very hypothetical. You don't have a list of attributes that you would like in a woman. I used to have that when I was like more younger and naive and thought that it was like that. That's how it works. Have you ever been with a BBL thing? Nah, I don't like it. I went out with one. Actually, I went out with one like white girl one time, like 3 years ago, to like a bar or something, and she had a fake ass. But I never fucked her, and then, like we went back to the car and like we smooched up a little bit, and then she left. You know what I mean? But like I never. What it looked kind of good, but it was looked kind of fake too. They need to buy Records dating handbook. Pump those numbers up. No, wow, he's not capping, bro. He put me on the play. I did 65 last year. Facts. Facts. So how many bodies is he gonna have by the end of the year? There you go. Imagine how many bodies. I think he's what 21, 22 right now. So imagine when he's my age, if he keeps it up, how many bodies would he have? Do the math. So do you see what I'm saying when I say my little 140 isn't even a lot? Pushing 30 years old. What have I been doing for the last 10 years? I only have 140. There you go. And by the way, yours truly is a Chad, by the way. So I'm just being honest, but all I'm saying is, God, well, what does that say? What does that say? If yours truly is a Chad and yours truly is putting up 65 and I'm putting up 50, 50, What does that say? You said I'm average at best, right? I agree. I'm an average looking guy. I do agree with that. But what is it saying? He said you're left ball sack. Well, anyway, I'm not even gonna sit up here and try to look for this guy's validation. As a matter of fact, but just in general, like whenever somebody says some shit that's just not true, I sometimes feel like I gotta correct it. But fuck this nigga. Let's move on. Anything gonna change now that you hit that 1K? Yeah, I'm gonna in the next few weeks you're gonna see me go back to the recorded videos. Anything gonna change now that you hit 1K? I don't know. Everyone who's been here for a while knows what RECCA looks like. Yeah, all of you guys do. I'd believe if I've never been hiding. I'd believe if you said at least 50. However, 140 bodies in a year, astronaut. No, 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 not 140 bodies in a year. I said 50 bodies in a year, but 140 total. 50 in a year, 140 total. So I'm not sure if we got a misunderstanding there. If you thought I meant 140 in a year, I could understand why you would think that that's cap, because that would be total cap. That definitely would have been cap. Everyone who's here for a while knows. Oh, it's like I'm going up. Is Snapchat still your main source? Yeah, the girl I'm linking tomorrow is off of Snap. Do you care about a woman's body count? Nope. And yet I still can't get a girl to just tell me what it actually is. Or not even that I'm trying to get her to tell me, but a girl, even with opportunities to tell, she still won't tell me. Even when she knows I genuinely don't give a fuck. That's what I've seen with every single fucking female. If you live with family, how realistic is the whip or the girl? It's very realistic. The whip is very realistic, bro. You could smash 50 women a year in the whip. Oh, believe it. You could do it in the winter time too. The girl I was just fucking with, I used to fuck her outside her crib in the whip. You know what I mean? Even though we could have just went upstairs. So, you know, we did a lot of fucking in the whip. And nothing has changed. Like when I was 21, my girlfriend back then, when I was 22, we used to fuck all the time. So you definitely can in the whip. But you need to know that some women are just gonna want guys that just have the free crib. You just have to understand that, you know. So you're gonna see like a lot of women will ask you if you have your own place. Yeah, no more car. I'm probably gonna go back to the recorded vids. When I talk about this stuff to white dudes, they laugh and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" RECCA is average PLS. What is PLS? But has a pookie light appeal that women find attractive. Yo, honestly, I can't read these girls' fucking minds, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll tell you what I know. I know some of them tend to be extremely attracted to me, and some of them they almost like it's like they almost don't even want to touch me. You know, and I'm more so talking like the ones that I'm having sex with and shit like that, and like we're relating. You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, I learned a long time ago, just stop trying to don't I never take it personal no more. I can never ever take it personal no more. If I get flaked on, if a girl cancel, if a girl lose interest or she leave or whatever, just because I know that there's gonna be another girl that's gonna be the total opposite of her as far as how she feels about it. And so, you know, with what you said, um, whether you said it's a Pookie light appeal or whatever the case may be, I don't know because I don't. It's not like a guys on my pictures. You're not gonna see no pictures of me with a money phone at my fucking ear or anything that suggests that I'm a trapper, a scammer, or anything like that. So it's not like the girls know what it is already beforehand. You know, so it's not like there's not one picture that I have up that would suggest that I have any kind of connection to anything. So you know, record, bruv, it's just mad. 53 in a year is solid. I can't lie. Meanwhile, I ain't slept with a thing in a year, and that's why you. we're living in two different realms of reality. So that's why you just can't fathom what I'm talking about. But if you ever get to a place where you're able to just like just consistently just do it, you'll see how it's like it's just not that serious. You know what I mean? Like let me try to put you in the best frame of mind for you to understand it. Like when I wake up in the morning, right? Like in times when I'm really active, when I wake up in the morning, I see yellow all over my phone. I see a bunch of red. I might see some white, and that's the Snapchat, the Tinder, and the Hinge apps. I might see a bunch of green text messages from last night, from messages I might have sent out or conversations or whatever. And throughout my day, as I'm going to work or as I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm going back and forth with the messages, with the ultimate goal of trying to get that girl to link. And if she won't link or whatever, then she gets chopped off. And as I'm progressing, I'm trying the nucleus of what I'm trying to do every single day, as far as interacting with females, is trying to get her to link. You understand? And so my ways and my actions with my phone constantly reinforce that, and it's like a well-oiled machine. I'm constantly on Snapchat looking at bitches' profiles and adding them. You know what I mean? And then they add back, and then I send my message, yo, where you from? You know what I mean? And it progresses. And so you're gonna be talking to hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of women, and then you're gonna be getting dozens upon dozens of numbers. And out of that, you'll be lucky if like 5 or 6 women in 1 month out of all those hundreds that you talk to come through. And that's the reality of it. So it's a lot that's going on. But I need to go inside. Actually, I'm gonna probably end this live soon. Okay, when this phone dies, this is the end of the live. So y'all guys get your last stuff in, because probably in the next 10, 15 minutes the phone's gonna die. So when it dies, that's gonna be the end. But thank you guys for coming through. This guy said I'm low-key envious. I know you are. I know you are. That's why you getting at me telling me I'm lying. I know you're envious. But you don't have to be envious. What you need to do is you need to figure out what you gotta do so you could get and do your thing. You know what I mean? And you don't need to be sleeping with hundreds of women and dozens of women a year, but just to get you going. You know what I mean? So hit me up for a consultation or something. I can see exactly where you're at and then see where you should go from here. You don't, like I said, you don't have to be the prettiest guy in the world. You know what I mean? But we'll see what's going on. This is mad. Got me feeling like a waste man. Trust me, be getting pussy doesn't make you not a waste man just because you're getting pussy. Trust me, it's a lot of women that think guys that there's a lot of women that think guys are waste mans that get pussy. Trust me. So pussy doesn't make you better than anybody. I saw one time, I think January, February this year, you scheduled it live. Oh, basically what happened is that we were literally talking about to go live, and I remember she was saying that she was tired or something, and I was getting sick. And then I really just said, yo, why don't we just do this tomorrow instead? So I basically flaked. I flaked while I was already there, basically. And I'm not gonna lie to you, she hasn't wanted to do it since. Like I was trying to get her to do it or whatever, like the next few days after, and she was like, oh, I overslept. Oh, like I was busy. Like she kind of was doing the passive thing that women normally do, you know? So I understood. She kind of felt some type of way. And I kind of was felt a little type of way that I fucked that up. But you know, it is what it is. I told my ex body count and he said he was disappointed in me. What's your body count, Stina? Or go DM me on Instagram what your body count is if you don't want all these creeps to know. You got a spot? Yeah, I do. What dating apps are you the most successful? The prettiest girls I've gotten any off of anything is Hinge. The most attractive females I've ever been with was off of Hinge. Um, I remember I'll never forget this. No, never mind. She was off Tinder. Never mind. Forget it. And Snapchat. Snapchat is I've most of that 140. I'd probably say like 80 to 90 of it was Snap. Like Snapchat has just been phenomenal to me. Like you know what I mean? Having your own spot is a big advantage because a lot of girls want to get it on privately away from their own homes. It's a locks look, that cheap style. Okay. Wow, Recca, I didn't know the whip could be possible like that. I've been a fool. Yeah, just pull the seats forward and just fuck it. It's gonna be awkward for you the first few times, but I'm dope. I'm good at it. Farthest you drive like an hour. And see, and like, don't ask me shit like this, man, because I don't like that mentality. The farthest you go for the box, like I've never once got in my motherfucking car. As God is my witness, I promise you guys, I have never got in my car and thought to myself, okay, let me go drive and go get this pussy. I promise you, I have never. That has never crossed my mind, guys. When I'm getting in the car and I'm going to fucking experience these women, of course I want to fuck. But you see, because I'm not going and paying for fucking prostitutes, and I'm not just going and linking any little fucking ugly fucking girl that will give me her pussy. You see, because I'm actually selecting what I really want, I actually am going to link the girl to actually have an experience with her. Now, the experience is not always a good one, but that's what I'm actually going for, not just the ass. So I don't like that mentality of farthest you go for the box. I'm not going anywhere for the box. You understand? Like, box is right here. Trust me, box is right here within 20 minutes of where I live. You understand? So it's not about going for the box, but that experience of a new girl and everything. And the box is a part of that, yes. But I hate when people try to frame it as going for box. Like, it's not that. But you know what? Because there's so many guys out there that are desperate on that level, I can understand why it would seem that way generally for everybody. But yeah, I don't like that mindset though. Farthest you go for the box. But the farthest that I would go to link a shorty, about an hour. About an hour. When if I map it out and it starts talking about like an hour and 28 minutes, and it better be with traffic. Like that, okay, fine. You know, if that's a traffic type of thing, then fine. But an hour and 28 minutes, like at 12 noon or something like that. Like like that's way too far. You know what I mean? I think women value body count if they don't freely expose their numbers. Hmm? Imagine if you put all that energy into making money, record. Trust me, I'm about to. You don't tell me a word. Chill, Rec. I'm trying to get tapped into Snap. It's just hella white girls out here. I'm not gonna lie, the white girls, I've never seen them really engage that as good. I've gotten a few of them off of there, but like just in general, just add bitches, like just black, white, whatever. If I went to Toronto, would I be able to do the type of numbers you're doing on Snap? I mean, in my opinion, if you go to Toronto, you don't need to be online. If you come out here, just walk the streets and talk to women, you should be good. Living with my parents really effed up my potential hookups in the long run, so I'd have to resort to smashing in a car. I don't know why you guys like. Why are you guys so fucking sentimental, man? Like, is it really that serious, man? Like, you need a girl laid out into the bed with a prom dress on, so you guys could really make love? Like, what is it? Like, you know what I mean? Just bend the bitch over in the car and fuck the living shit out of her, man. Awkward, crooked ass position and all. It's all good. Trust me, it's all good. You could put a little playlist on or a record video on in the way to a link up. Literally, I probably said that in a video, huh? Literally, just put on one of my videos or listen to two, three of my videos and you're there. It's not that serious. He said she wanted more than me. Right, right. I don't know, man. If she wanted it more than you, she'd be coming to get it. So that's all I'll tell you. Recca, wasn't your thing no dates for like a minute or come to the crib? It still is. It still is. Either I'm coming to her crib or she's coming to mine. And like I said, once we get to a certain point where I've been dealing with a girl for a while, I'll take her on a date here and there. You know what I mean? But as far as like trying to date girls in order to prove that I'm a good dude for her, like absolutely fucking not. Like we already know, like I already know that that's not what it is. The problem with